that isn't very poggers.
Bapanada.
What about now? Gilbert jump scare. Hi, Dr. Octarine. Welcome in. Better? Okay. I fraudulently blamed the mixer for that when I do think it was the mixer, but it may also have been Stream Deck failing to unmute the scene. That was weird. That was weird. Thank you for your patience. I've stopped checking the mic. I'm like, I bet the mic works. I don't need to check the mic. Wrong! I had to go back to checking the mic. For those of you who wonder why I'm frequently like 12 minutes late, right? It's like stream is supposed to start at noon, but we don't usually go live until like 12:12, 12:15. It's because I'm doing tech support crap. And I didn't check the mic. Of course. Yo, Stream Deck caught out. Stream Deck sleeping. Can we get some love in chat for Necrophistulas and Non-Crab? Cheering not very poggers and bopping many such cases. I would prefer fewer such cases, personally, right? Like, I understand that technical difficulties are a factor of life when you're a streamer. It just feels like compared to other streamers, we experience that particular factor at an improbable intensity. Just seems like it happens to us a lot more than it happens to other folks. I don't know. That is in fact what I did, Doomsday. Why is the webcam lagging? The preview's disabled. Why is my GPU at 86? I haven't even launched anything. This is crap. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna do the unthinkable and I'm gonna close Firefox. I don't think it was really using any GPU, so yeah, we're not gonna see a measurable difference, but we'll keep an eye on it. Yeah, Firefox wasn't using the GPU though, so favor some more than others. I don't know what God I need to start praying to, but it's
I won.
Ilias, thank you so much for gifting that sub out. Oh, that reminds me. Okay, so I got distracted. How it deals with audio devices that basically predetermines it to. If you could remember the explanation, or even like ask your friend about the explanation of Geketsu, I would be. Okay, I feel like I'm about to say something, and it's gonna make all the technology people in chat start booing. But like, why do you have to update your GPU drive? Why don't they update automatically? Why do I have to do it? That's stupid. That's not very efficient. Why don't the drivers update themselves? You don't need my permission to make yourself work. Make yourself work. Hi, Ratha. What's going on? The 5 times I've showed you. Okay, hypothetically how do you do it? Is this the fucking NVIDIA control panel thing that's always like, will you please update? And it asks me to sign in. I'm like, yeah, I'll update. And they're like, sign into your account. I'm like, that's fucking, I'm not doing that fucking shit. I don't want an account for you to run on my computer. Just fucking put the shit on my computer that it needs to run so I can look at the pretty images, so I can see God of War and Assorted Yaoi and just work. I don't need, I'm not making an account. So I haven't done the thing. That's the thing. Why do I need an account? It should be freeware. I understand that it's freeware, but it's locked behind an account registration. I think that's goofy behavior. See, Alex, why can't you solve problems like Luke does? You're just like, I show you how to do it and you don't do it. And Luke's like, here's how you can do it the way that you want. And I say, yes, that's perfect. I love sibling superiority. Okay, straight from NVIDIA. Well, it's not automatic now, so it's not like I'm losing anything. Yeah, why do you need my personal information? I bought this thing from you to work. Why do you need anything? Why do you need more than that? I do not want our relationship to go any further. God of War. You know what? I got priorities, Ilias. So it is so they can sell that stuff, and I don't like it. I have to have a dedicated email address that's just like a proxy email, and I'm just like, well, I guess this is what we'll use if they sell my data, this gets a bunch of spam emails, and this will just be like the email I condemn to, like, the pits of Tartarus, basically. Fake email. Yep, that's it. I've got a fake email for apps that I think are probably going to harvest my data, but it's like, spoiler alert, it's all of them. Some of them are just sneakier about it, and if they're less obtrusive, it's less inconvenient, and I care a little bit less. I think perhaps we are all... Bye, Entrots. Have a good shift at work. I don't want another G... Okay, I'll look at it. Is it GeForce Experience? I fucking hate this app. Here it is. Straight away, sign in with NVIDIA. Enter your email to log in or create an account. How about you eat me, NVIDIA? How about you put my nards in your mouth? I don't fucking think stupid. Stupid. I hate that. I should be able to do this without grumpy now. I'm mad. Launching that, by the way, made my computer very upset. So... Yes, it made my webcam stuttery. I definitely could not skip it though, which was sad. I closed the box and then it just says login and all of everything else is grayed out. Like I can't click drivers, I can't click home. It's all gray unless I log in, and I'm not logging in. You don't get that from me. So we'll do that manually later. No, trust me, I'm not going to update them while we're live. I cannot update them while we are live. I know better than to update things while we're live. You didn't have to at me to tell me that. Come on now. It's bad. Grumpy. Anyway, very exciting announcement that we can use to segue into something else. After many years of toil and strife, after so many long months of requests by interested parties, I am thrilled to announce that we have a video editor. So all of those things you've all been craving, all of the content you have been begging for, and I've been like, well, the world's falling apart and I have no sense of time management, so I guess I'll get to it when I get to it. Do you remember last year when the goal, when we started Dark Souls 3, the goal was every week the VODs would go to YouTube, and that's not a thing. Yeah, so we have an actual VOD editor. You are familiar with this character, this rapscallion. It's moderator Al Austin. Because they don't do enough, actually. I think we should make them do more. Yeah, it's that bitch. Fuck that guy. We hate that guy. It's Alex. So, when a Corvid district content hilarious. I laughed. That was funny. That was good. Yeah, Luke, if you typed faster, I would give this to you instead. Sibling battle. So the goal is currently to produce video. We're gonna do some YouTube stuff and some TikTok stuff. Alex sent me a demo last night, and it aired a couple of days ago, and I smiled the whole time. So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun. I hope you will like it. I'm gonna get really annoying about pushing the heretofore dead and decayed YouTube channel. So, you know, like, prepare for that, I guess. Sorry. I'm annoying already. So, like, how much worse can it get? But I'm really excited. I'm really excited. TwitchCon really impressed upon me the need to be more robust in the things that I do and the places I post. And I actively dread the act of video editing. I don't like it. It makes me want to kill myself, actually. So I don't do it, and I need to do it. So I'm gonna have a friend who likes that thing that I hate do that thing for me instead in exchange for money. Which is like probably the best way I could handle it, because initially it was like, I'll do it, and then it was like, I'm not doing this. And then it was like, well, I don't want to pay anybody to do it, so I'm not gonna do that either. So I guess I have to do it, and that made me hate it more. So I'm just not gonna worry about it. Yeah, it's nasty and bad unless you love it and are a nerd in the way that Alex is. So we're winning. Into the content mines with you. Mine content. So I'm really excited. I think it'll be really fun. My goal, and this is bound to change as I like actually get my thoughts in order about it, but we're gonna tackle Alex is gonna tackle God of War. I'm gonna tackle Final Fantasy, which I think would be easy because there's just one a week. And the first game that we're going to resurrect from the backlog is going to be Dark Souls 1, which has been long requested. And I'm very excited to see what we can do with that and get, you know, the 9 terabytes of video off my fucking hard drive. I can't buy any more hard drives, you guys. I have too many it's too much. I can't buy any more hard drives. There's a hard drive quota and I've maxed it many months ago. Yes, Dr. Octarine, yes. It might be 8, actually. So I've got a 4 terabyte external full. I've got a 2 terabyte external full. I've got a 2 terabyte internal full. And I've got 1 terabyte free on the boot drive. So that's 4, 2, 9. Yeah, that's 9. That sure is 9. I record everything that we stream. And it's 50 to 60 gigs per stream. Yeah, it's not tenable. But I do that because the recording quality for post-processing is so much higher than if I were to just download it from Twitch or if I were to just record the same as stream, especially with something like with the way that Twitch transcodes, right? This is less of an issue on YouTube because YouTube just processes video better. But with the bitrate cap that Twitch has, unless there's some fucking hidden ass setting, and I'm constantly on the search, right, for the holy grail of settings that would prevent some of like the minor artifacting we get when there's a lot of particles on the screen, or like fast things are happening and the webcam gets kind of chunky. That's on Twitch, but not in the recording, almost always. So it's just an issue with how Twitch is processing our video. But on my hard drive, it all looks crisp. So that's why we record everything separately. Yep. And then it's like, this was fine last year when I was like, we'll record everything at a higher quality and I'll process it. And then I didn't process it. So we're going to process it. Yo, you're telling me a trans is coding this video? Programmer socks? Okay, I don't know enough. Is this a cum sock joke? Or like, is there something about programmers I should know? You know what? I don't want to know that about programmers, actually. It's a programmer socks? Really? I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't know that. You learn something new every day. I just saw sock, and the only kind of like jokey sock thing I'm familiar with. We don't need to put this in the video that you edit, Alex. This can stay out. We don't need to memorialize this moment. Interesting thought. Okay, now it's making sense. Now it's making sense. But it didn't before. I haven't had caffeine this morning. I have so many trans friends. I think all of my friends in tech are trans. Except one. We Anyway. Yeah. Wonder when they'll get him, huh? Yeah, so far I was like, all right, you're next, I see. But that's my exciting announcement. I'm very happy. I'm gonna get annoying about YouTube and TikTok. Sorry. So when we actually start posting fun things on there, which will hopefully be in the next couple of weeks, you know, I'll be broadcasting that. But do I have another announcement? Potentially, yes, potentially. As we approach November, as we approach Black Friday, I may price out a mirrorless upgrade for the stream and may potentially put up a donation goal for that. I have not made up my mind about it yet. I don't know if that kind of upgrade would be right for us, and I wouldn't want to fundraise for it if it weren't. And I would want to price it out down to the dollar, like we did with the PC. So I'm not, you know, grifting y'all. But I'm thinking about it, so I need to do some research, and I need to get, you know, some things in order. A proper camera, because right now we're just using a webcam. And it's having some issues that it shouldn't be having. And that would be like the next step up. So we're thinking. I'm just letting you all know in advance, so you don't log in one day and you're like, where did this come from? I don't like this. Like, I'm just letting you know. Maybe. But that's all of my announcements for today. I'm very excited about the video. So thank you. Yeah, Dr. Octarine, I am quite pleased with how we have customized the webcam. It does perform very well. I think that probably this is the best performing webcam on the market, I think. It's interesting, when there was a really good sale a couple of months ago, and I bought the upgraded version of this one, and it was awful. And we are having some performance issues with it, largely with just God of War. But it eats a lot of GPU, which is kind of strange. So I don't know. We'll see. There's a lot to think about. There's a lot to consider. I want to make sure that it will, you know, work with the text I got kind of between like tech and tech specifications. It just came out text. I want to make sure it'll work with the hardware that I have and all that stuff. So software, my only speculation as to why the webcam software is so hungry for GPU is the blur. I wonder if we were to remove the background blur, if we would see a noticeable drop in resource usage. But I'm not willing to do that because I like the blur. So it shouldn't be taking that many, but it's consistently at like 15 to 20%, which I think is a little strange. But those are my notes. Makes you more it's very weird when the background is not blurred. I feel like the background is sharper than I am in the foreground, and it's weird to see with my eyes. So we keep it blurred. Also, I think it adds like an air of like mystery, professionalism. We keep Astinians in disguise back there, right? Like you can't just see him for free. But on the docket for today, I have one thing that I know I want to do before we move into the end game for God of War's story. And that is, I'd like to free the last dragon. And we sailed by him yesterday, so we know where he is. I might just Heaven's Door his location. We've already found him, but I can't place markers or anything, so I might just Heaven's Door the dragon's location. I'd like to free the dragon. There are at least 2 treasure maps whose locations are already known to us, so we might pick up those, and then I think we'll upgrade our armor and see where that takes us. There is a part of me that's like, I want to fight some more Valkyrie. We also probably, just to see what it would be like, we should probably dip into Muspelheim and Niflheim, even if we only spend like 15, 20 minutes a piece there, maybe less, just to see what it looks like, because we have the ciphers. So, you know what? Yes, actually, yeah, no, Kate's response is correct. The TLDR for the whole game is boy. It's interesting, Dr. Octarine. There's a part of me that's wondering if it would be worth doing more content off stream. We're gonna see how we feel when the story is over. And my goal this week will be to pick a new game. Straight up, if I fail to pick a new game, we're still gonna be playing God of War next week. We'll just do some post game content. But I feel enriched sufficiently. Yeah. I think the experience is there. As I was driving back home this morning, I was thinking about it, right? Because we get dialogue every time we're in the boat, and we get dialogue every time we use the teleportation gates. And I was thinking to myself, like, how much of that is there? When does it stop? Does it stop? When do I know that I've heard it all? Does Mimir ever just be quiet? Is he ever just like, all right, told you everything, and he just stops talking? Like, I wonder, like, it made me curious. So we'll see, but we've got some traveling that we can do. Bolog. And I think, without further ado, I think we should probably just dip into the game. I'm feeling it. Y'all are feeling it. Eventually you would run out, but the game curates how often you get it. No way! You'll get it so the game knows how to pace its release of information? Oh, there will be some after you finish the story. Interesting. I have been very impressed. And it's fun to reflect back on, because the start of the game was an incredible experience. And then they put me in Alfheim, which I despised. And I was like, what direction is this going to go in? But when we got out of Alfheim, it got better again. So maybe Alfheim was just like a really rude fucking awakening. I'm going to launch the game. Yeah. Give me just a second. They were so annoying to fight, and I couldn't tell if a lot of that was largely on me as the player, because I was coming off of, I don't know, 2 years of FromSoft combat exclusively, so I was navigating a brand new combat style. Like, even now there are some modifications I have failed to make, right? Like, I don't do the mini dodge. I only ever roll, and that is a habit I've not been able to break, and potentially won't. I mean, we're gonna beat the game like this, so maybe not. So I couldn't tell if Alfheim would have been a more straightforward experience if I had adjusted faster, or if even for people who clicked with the game sooner than I did, if Alfheim was like a little bit irritating. They're just fat. They're so fast, and they fly. And I just did. And Alfheim made me think a lot. I found Alfheim's puzzles to actually be somewhat challenging. So it was like tough to think, tough to kill. I was having a hard time. It felt like the difficulty scaling for Alfheim could have been smoothed out a little bit. The incline felt steep for me as I was playing it. So I'm glad we don't ever have to go back there. Yeah, we left and I was like, all right, never again. Doragon. I want to do Doragon things. I know that is an optional thing that I'd like to do because we've already freed 2 dragons. This is fascinating. Okay. So Stream Deck and the microphone are not talking to each other for some reason. Absolutely bizarre. I'm probably what this is gonna mean is you're gonna end up hearing the game on the break screen. You know what? We're gonna test this right now. Yeah, I'm gonna take us to the break screen for 10 seconds because I want to see if the game mutes and more importantly if the microphone mutes, because if it doesn't, I know I need to mute at least myself manually. Give me just a hot second. I hit the wrong button. That's fine. So nothing will happen. Now I'll hit the right button. 10 seconds. Can you guys hear me? You can totally hear me. Yeah, okay. So Stream Deck and Mixer aren't talking to each other. So well, the music you're supposed to hear because it was the break screen. So let me take a peek at something really quick. I don't think this is something I can fix, but that's so interesting because Stream Deck says they're talking to each other. What if I force restarted Stream Deck? It's not a crow stream without technical difficulty. I hate that that's my hallmark. Makes me feel pretty bad, actually. Okay. Force restarting Stream Deck appears to have solved the connection. I'm gonna test that for us one more time. That fixed it. So that automatically muted game and microphone, which is good for me because if Mommyness needs something, y'all don't need to hear Mommyness. She can remain like an elusive and mysterious figure. Dr. Ogden drives me crazy. My favorite little tech thing is any time a program updates, like Discord downloads an update, or my camera software downloads it, the shortcuts break. Every single fucking time. And I have to like delete the shortcut and then find the root file and make a new shortcut. And I think that's ridiculous. I think it should all just work. Why do I need a new shortcut every time? Maybe this is like a real old man yells at cloud situation. Hashtag not a software developer. It seems like it should be easy. All of my shortcuts reset all the time. Every single time. Stream Deck, all the time. Wavelink, all the time. Anytime it updates, every shortcut breaks. For every program. Doesn't matter what it is. It's extra haunted. I hate that. Like, my PC's too pretty to be haunted. Oh, she's the final girl. That's so convenient. It does it with Spotify and it drives me insane. Thank you, Necrophysicist. Thank you. I miss Mikolaj. I miss Bloodborne. October always makes me miss Bloodborne. When you say shortcuts, the thing that you click to launch the program. Yeah, it must be, because it's like technically, I guess you would think that the main file would just download the update into itself, but it's like desktop or like taskbar. It is whack. It is whack. I think Windows just hates me. I think Microsoft knows I also have a MacBook, and they're like, let's punk this bitch. I think they just get me. I think they do it on purpose. Personally victimized by Microsoft. Free dragons. Yes, I would like to free our last dragon, and we don't get any reward except experience, which we don't need. But it just feels right, and I would like to free them. So, can I get a Heaven's Door on which waygate will take me closest to that last dragon. Because we saw the dragon yesterday nearby the snake. And if this is the snake, then that would put us, like, Forgotten Cavernsy. Maybe, like, back here. All the way up north? I haven't found the dragon. Oh, the dragon I saw was dead, and I thought it was breathing because we hear the snake breathe when we're close to the snake. That's the snake making those sounds. Okay. So, John, when you say all the way up north, would it be like the Mason entrance? Or the North 3 Stronghold? Or some other location? I feel like probably the Mason gate, the Mason entrance. I think you need to complete all available Dwarven quests. I think all my Dwarven quests are done. Yeah, I think Sindri. Oh, I can't save the dragon. Which dwarf quest remains? There's one more? Oh, they did. They did tell me.
My brother and me got a new project now that we're on speaking terms.
Thank you, everybody. I assume that's just like what they were like, go back to the temple, upgrade your stuff at the temple so you can do this right. And I was like, well, I'm not ready to upgrade yet, and I wasn't going to talk to them. So thank you, everybody.
What do you want?
What do you want?
With the whetstone and hammer you've retrieved for us, Brock and I can construct the Dvegrathikar, dwarven armor of legend.
We just need 3 more mythical ingredients before we set to hammering.
Which are?
Dunno. Armor's pure legend, and the details is fuzzier than a wolver's butthole.
I don't like
You
that.
expect us to find parts from a legend.
Oh, Motsognir the Dwarf King found 2 of them. Everyone knows that. But when he went looking for the 3rd...
Poof! He vanished. Maybe he'll find some clues at his stronghold in Konungsgard.
And looky here. A Konungsgard entry stone.
Thank you,
It's
Brock.
got your name on it.
It's just
How
for me.
fucking strange.
How fucking strange. I'm obsessed with this nasty little man. Okay.
The stronghold's northwest of here, behind the Svartalfheim Realm Tower.
Large stone structure, creepy atmosphere. You'll know it when you see
I
it.
feel like we've been there before, because we've
The
definitely...
Huldra brothers, back in action again. Oh, I can't wait to get started.
Never think I'd see such a day we was back to building as a duo. But it feels right. Especially
So that's
for this.
interesting.
Been so used to building on my own all these years,
I got-
almost forgot how dang useful an extra pair of hands is.
I forgot how much easier it is to smelt scap slag with someone else gauging the temperature.
I was under
This'll
the...
be our best work yet. Just need a little help from you lot.
You guys done now? Okay, they're done. I was under the impression that maybe only Mimir referred to them as the Huldra brothers, because he made it sound like that was almost like an affectionate name he had for the two of them, like a nickname almost. But to hear them say it, it's like, huh, that's fascinating. We can talk more. Let's do it.
Better not be fighting with your brother again.
Just 'cause he's gotten a little less annoying over the years doesn't mean I ain't got a customer base of my own.
Yeah.
Happy.
Oh yeah? Who's
Me.
Well, you came back here, didn't you?
that? Fair point.
Atreus is just like, I don't know, I'm just a kid. I don't care about the economy. Atreus isn't actually the one paying for any of this shit. Okay, so we need to go to behind the Svartalfheim Tower. Which is here. That's the Ruins of the Ancient. Ooh. So how do I get there? Maybe we go to the realm and then sail? Or maybe there's a dock we can take? Let me look.
Why is Odin so desperate to find a way into Jotunheim anyway?
He's convinced the giants hold the key to changing his fate when Ragnarok
Interesting.
comes. They are the Aesir's oldest enemies, after all. And it's their army that's supposed to do him in the end.
Ooh.
But more than that, he covets their gifts of prophecy. He wants to know what they know and see what they see. So much suffering could have been avoided if his insatiable curiosity was not so much stronger than his wisdom.
What do you mean?
Ah, remind me to tell you why they call him the Lord of the Hanged.
I don't think we're gonna enjoy that story. Odin's interest in Jotunheim. He fears the giants at Ragnarok and wants their prophecies of the future. Giants are the best at prophecy. Ask Mimir later why they call Odin Lord of the Hanged. Are we gonna meet him? Because he sounds like greasy and grimy. We'll go down here. And then it looked like there was a path we could take. Yeah. Like right here, maybe we can go this way. So if we were to sail over here, maybe there's something like in between that we can dock at and then proceed on foot the rest of the way. I also appreciate that we are never without a boat. There's always a boat.
I'm glad Brock and Sindri were able to work out their differences.
Now they are twice as irritating.
I think it's nice to see them trust each other again.
I'm thinking like right here, maybe? Is this correct? Hang on, let me check the map. Yes! Okay, I think this must be it.
Mimir, you were in the middle of a story before.
He was in the
Was
middle of
I?
the story.
Oh yes! The tale of Bergelmir begins in an ocean of blood. If you remember, Ymir, the first giant, was fatally stabbed by Odin. It's in his blood our story starts.
Okay.
Ymir's magical guts poured out in a torrent so violent it threatened to flood all of creation.
Yikes!
But Jotnar were unprepared, as the very last of them were washed away in the endless tide. Not just Ymir, but all of giant kind faced extinction. And so would Odin's victory
gonna
have
let
been
him finish.
complete. But Ymir's kind did not all perish that day. Staying afloat in the hollowed husk of a tree, the frost giant Bergelmir endured, as did his lady wife. For weeks they sailed, until finally they came upon a new land. They called it Jotunheim.
Interesting.
And there they would start anew. As father and mother, they would multiply exceedingly, and as king and queen, they worked to make Jotunheim a land where giants would know no master but themselves. Bergelmir never sought revenge for Odin's slaughter. His vengeance was to live and prosper.
That's sick.
He died at peace, a legion of his kin to mourn him. He would ever be known as Bergelmir the Beloved.
That's a very...
Bergelmir the Beloved. Huh.
That's a
I've never heard a story end that way.
giant with many, many children. He arrived on a sea of blood. When he died, he left a sea of tears. Dead but not murdered for once. They did not seek revenge, except to live and see his kind prosper. That's a very interesting parallel to Kratos' own story, I feel.
Not a true one, anyway.
If you do, laddie.
I'm surprised he didn't have, like, a grunt to contribute. Ah! So here's a gate. Marvelous. So that's activated now. And I think now we can go through here. I don't think this will take too long, so thank you for being patient and supporting me in my quest to free the dragons. I'm probably going to have one more question after this. Actually, you know what? I'll just ask it now. We still have one upgrade remaining on the Blades of Chaos. Are we going to find that as we progress the story, or would that be optional content? No, that's a Heaven's Door, so you can answer. Because I'd like to have it before we finish, but I don't know if we'll be able to. Ah, it is optional. I'm surprised nothing wanted to, like, jump down here and get me. One in Muspelheim? Because there are still some skills that we can unlock with the blades. But only if we can upgrade them one more level.
It says, "Glory to Motsignir, the Dwarf King. May his reign be long, prosperous, and filled with peace."
It's interesting because wasn't he kind of a piece of shit? Yeah, I'm pretty sure where we found the last dragon, he was kind of a piece of shit. People did not like him very much. Who is this? Sindri!
Greetings, and welcome to Konungsgard.
Hi, buddy.
Look, it's another dragon.
I see it, boy.
Chained. I hope we can find the binding shrines. This place is huge.
I think we can find this pretty quick. I'm gonna chat with Sindri first. Oh, I thought maybe he'd have dialogue, but he doesn't. Sad. Okay. Okay, so it is actually kind of big, but
Hostiles. Just give the word.
he doesn't see me. Hang on. Oh, he sees me now. Well, that's fine. Ooh, and they're level 5, so they're pretty chunky. This one's level 6. We maybe should have upgraded our armor before we came. Or, like, maybe I'll be lucky and face absolutely no in-game consequences for my goofiness. Is that everybody? I think that's everybody. Aw, no, we've got an interloper on the cliffside. Hang on. You think you're cool? Yeah, you're gonna die up there like a goofball.
You two make quite a formidable duo.
Okay. I'd like to progress past... Oh. Maybe I need to break it first? Okay, so we needed to break it first. We'll go back across the bridge, but I want to see where the poison goes. And then what we're looking for are, like, idols to break. So this is just a chest. And there's a raven in the background. Ah! How long do you think he was hiding in there? Trying to get the perfect play. Oh, I can't get that stuff. This fucking chest is in the way. Lo, I can't get close enough. That's so unfair. I don't think we can come at it from a different angle either. Well, maybe we can, maybe that'll be like lost loot. Maybe that'll be lost loot and we can pick that up from Sindri. Because I don't think... Yeah, I just straight up can't get close enough. I wondered if I could like shimmy in somehow, but that's okay. It's not like we really need a lot of materials at the moment, so...
If the Dwarf King captured more than one dragon, he must have needed them to create this legendary armor.
Interesting.
Interesting thought, lad. And it makes sense. Nearly everything about dragons is useful and contains power. Teeth, scales, even excrement.
Excrement?
Shit.
Dragon shit is powerful?
Ned is having fun with you.
Oh, I need it.
All right, hey, quit doing your shield shit. I'll take down the one up top. I think the ones that are ranged are so much more annoying. Yeah! He one-shot them! My son is awesome! Here's another gate. So that's convenient. Now we can't actually take that yet. We can go further down. I'm gonna take us around because I know there was another place. Just making sure I can't interact with that contraption. There was another path a little bit further up, and I would like to see if it goes anywhere. Good news! It doesn't! I forgot to... Okay, hang on. I forgot to get that raven. I think we have to be in front of the chest to see him. Well, I didn't intend to brute force that poison damage, but it worked in my favor, so we'll just brute force it one more time. Yeah, you're fine, Kratos. Shake it off. And now we will head down the stairs. So I haven't seen any altars that we might be able to destroy yet. Oh, I fucking hate these shield guys. But I do love my birds. They put in such good work. And my son is helpful too. But it feels like we walked by that. So how were we not able to knock that down? Maybe we need to go even further around? That could be the case. Ah, that would be the dragon.
That's an impressive front door. These materials must be pretty special to make a legendary armor.
This legendary armor better be worth the trouble.
Collect
But if Brock and Sindri make it together, I'm sure it's worth the effort.
collect
Don't you trust them at
keys
least?
to enter the stronghold.
I trust you, Atreus. I do not trust the legend.
Ah,
Okay, so that'll take us towards the dragon. I'm gonna have us move this way. How many keys do y'all think we'll need? Oops, wrong weapon. Oh, this one. Aha! Where does this go? I wonder if this will get us to one of the shortcuts that we noticed previously that we need the chains to descend. Oh, it's a creature. I hate these creatures. Kratos, you want to wake up? Kratos wants to sleep. We've gotten so much use out of that talisman. I think the reach on these enemies is crap. No reason that they should be clipping me like this, but we've struggled against them before. Vanished. They dropped a ton of stuff. All right, I'll take that. Oh. Well, that's what I need the crystal for. But the crystal's in the river. So I guess we need to pick that up downstream and carry it back. Okay, then we have to go this way, I guess. Okay. So we came from there. There's a chest in the water. This I do not believe we can open. No, we can't. So maybe we pick up the crystal from over here? Oh. Oh, he's eaten one of those guys. He throws that corpse at me! You know what? I have a full rage meter. I see no reason not to drive this guy like a Cadillac. It is a little bit of a shame he didn't bring any of these lackeys down here, but... I can't believe we still have so much rage left! I don't really want to call my axe back yet, so I'm just gonna have my son commit murder. Well done! Atreus, you're awesome. I am really glad that upgrading his equipment provides such a meaningful difference in combat. Like, the feel is extraordinary. Okay, I'm not seeing that crystal. But I know it has to be here. Okay, we'll go to the chest first, I suppose. And if I can't find it after all this, I might need to Heaven's Door, because I know we shot it down, like we saw it. So now I just need to figure out where it drifted out of the water. Okay, I don't think we need to go down there yet.
There he is. Or she is? Are these boy or girl dragons?
No.
There are a few ways to find out.
Yeah, I don't think we should go prodding.
I guess it doesn't matter.
Okay, we're actually gonna take our break here. And I'm gonna eat some berries, and we will continue with our quest upon our return. Enjoy the music, and we'll be back when the song is over. Hi, thanks for your patience. I did not get berries, but I did eat pretzels. It was a good decision. All right. This is dragon stuff, but I want crystal stuff. Heaven's Door, where is that crystal? Unless it's down there at the end of the dragon stuff. But I feel like I should be able to find it in this area. So if I'd kept going, I would have found it. Oh, it's shameful. I turned around. I turned around too soon. Okay, so I believe we fought the werewolves. Yep. Through here. There was probably something there at one point, and I bet we picked it up. Okay, and here's the crystal. And if I were to pick it up, I don't think we can open this. No, we can't. Is this a soul eater? Hey, wake up. Yeah, it is. Actually, I can just pick this up. I missed! That sucks.
Grab that one, Father.
Easy. Alright, I think we're gonna beat the shit out of this guy. We'll need to go through this one more time, I think, it seems. And then, did I get a little piece? I didn't get a piece to pick up. That's fine. We can probably just brute force this somewhat. Oh, okay. Or maybe not at all. Goodness! Goodness! Hey! Die. He's dead. Not the cleanest kill I've ever had, but it could have been worse.
That was difficult.
Increases resistance to poison. Eh, I don't care about poison. Nice. Helen, am I still on track to find that crystal? Oh, I wonder if it's at the end of this area, actually. That would make sense. Okay. So I need... wind. Oh. Okay, so there's got to be an intermediary wind thing then. Because I don't think... Let's just see where this goes. So, we'll do more jumping. And go all the way across. So that's how we open the door. So that is where this ends. But how can I be fast enough to shimmy across this? Oh, thank you, Helen. I do appreciate the clarification. The Helen's door is always welcome. I also did not think it would take this long to free the big dragon. So again, thank you everyone for your patience. Oh, is there no way for me to get it from this side? Oh, tricky. Okay, I guess not. We'll just have to run for it. I don't think running... Okay, running for it is definitely not enough. Which means there has to be an auxiliary... thing? But there wasn't one that I could see. Heaven's Door, is this just a matter of going really fast? Because I'm looking for another little wind thing, and I don't see one. And even if I try to pick it up from this side, I can't. Can't wait to see what... Stop! Goose! It hurts so bad. It hurts so bad. I can't. I want to have a good day. I want to have a happy day. I want to have a day filled with delight and joy. And that's a day where I don't think about the Elden Ring DLC. I can't. I wonder if the crystal does wins. Yeah, maybe we can't do this just yet. We're cooking. FromSoft was not cooking. FromSoft's dish was awful. Unseasoned, uncooked, raw in the middle. Salmonella inside. Literally sitting in the corner taking IRL poison damage. Like, ooh, gah, keck, ooh, gah, keck. Just, it's fine. It's not fine. It will never be fine. They should hire me to write better stories for them. Woo! Crystal. Well, hopefully we can take this one with us, yeah? I'll take this. We'll open this. Hopefully it stays open. I was like, do I hear creatures? I did in fact hear creatures. This for me. And I think we need to carry it back this way. Yes, okay, I see exactly where we put it now. I bet we can get to where we want. Oh, come on. I was in slow time and you still hit me? Nice! Dead. I love a dead Wolver. Atreus screams with such desperation when I'm fighting like small enemies. He's like, no! And it's just like a dog. All right. Do your thing, son. That does make more sense, doesn't it? Okay. And we'll take this. I don't even need to run for it now. Marvelous. Oh, is this a shortcut? Gal, the emote's killing me.
Well, that's one entry stone.
Oh. I forgot we were collecting entry stones. One of 3? We might be here for a while. Yeah, might be here for a while, but we'll put one of them in there.
Looks like it needs 3 entry stones.
I know it needs 3. I mean, we might still finish. I knew I wanted to free the dragon, so... And if it's for armor, I feel like this is the type of thing that makes more sense to do before we, like, commit to finishing the... Because presumably, if the stranger is still alive, we will need to fight him again. It's like, it'd be sick if I could be well-equipped for that. Do you think this will hurt me?
Enemies ahead.
Oh, these dudes suck! These dudes suck! They're gonna blow up when they die. Yeah, they will. Okay. Oh! Haha! Jump scared by a creature! I did not mean to runic attack that guy, but you know what? I can't say that I regret the disrespect. Alright, you know what? I'm so sick of you. Yeah, come here. Come here. You suck. Get out of here. You suck. Alright. I have to say, the slow down time dodge was actually really sick there. Come on. Oh, there's just like a bunch of them for no good reason? Alright, you know what? I hate these lads. And today, we kill these lads in a most ignominious fashion. Level 6? And there's at least one more projectile guy still alive, I think, based on the kind of health I'm losing. I can hear him making his, like, rah sounds somewhere. Okay. I think that's everybody. Woo! So this will be our shortcut. And then here's one of the altars we need to destroy, I think.
One turned down.
You'd think this dragon would be a bit more supportive, seeing how we're trying to free it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna assume that probably, like, respawns? Yeah, okay. So...
Okay, that was hard.
Do we need to ring them within a certain amount of time? Yes. I don't even know how to get to this one. So there's the one up there. I don't suppose I can, like... I was wondering if I should put that on the rock wall. But it looks like it doesn't really stick to anything. Okay, it's stuck to this. Did I do it? Can I open it? I actually can't believe that worked.
Here we go! And stay there.
Yeah, Atreus, that's right. That's the kind of mindset we want to have. I think that's everything. And then we'll lift this up. And then there is still a path down from the dragon that we'll need to take. But we can see where this goes. Well, bit of overkill.
Boy, over here.
Sir. This is good to know.
My mom brought me a smoothie. Okay, so that's our lore marker. Regan of Konungsgard. Much like Otter of Veidrgard, Regan has been conscripted as head sentry. Though he may occasionally struggle against his bindings, he takes great pride in his task. His thunderous breath, while extraordinarily dangerous, is merely his way of expressing pride. Do take caution during weekly maintenance of the dragon shrines. Regan will attempt to use his breath on you. So this is the dragon. This is not meant as an attack. It is merely his own cheeky way of passing the time. Yeah, a cheeky little electrocution. Make sure you vacate the area immediately because it will kill you. All rumors that Regan's presence attracts the dark elves of Alfheim is pure fiction. King Motsognir will protect us from all beasts as he has done time and time again. Yeah, I don't believe any of this. Well done, Atreus. This is propaganda. Ooh, that. I would love to heal. Ah, man, elves and worms? Well, we'll take down the level 6 elf first because I think he'll be more annoying. He is not dead. That is a huge bummer, actually. Okay, so maybe we should take down the worms. God, I fucking hate these guys. We can only hope that, like, Atreus maybe finds a cool... Yeah, I need some help. This is really bad. I don't think I have a resurrection stone either. You're fucking kidding me. Okay. I think that was stupid. I don't know whether we got caught in the dragon's AoE or what, but I'm so sick of these fucking elves, which is not something I ever thought I would hear myself say, being like a certified elf lover, right? But another seal, so we did need to come down here. Okay, he's gonna fuck off. What, Mimir? What are you groaning about? Okay, so we got the creatures down. Yeah, some elvish twings. Not. This is arguably not an elvish twing, so. I really hate these enemies. Atreus, it would be sick if you could find some help for Daddy. Papa needs a band-aid. Okay, with any luck, he'll be stunned long enough for me to land some really solid hits. Just kidding. He's behind us for some reason, and I'm against a fucking wall. But yeah, there's too much shit on my screen right now. I'm mad. I'm really grumpy. I fucking hate these dudes. Ugh, okay. Papa needs a band-aid. Hi, Holden. How are ya? Maybe we shouldn't rage right away? Maybe we need to hold on to that? I don't know. I'm grumpy. See, if I'm not raging, I can't fucking hit any of them. Arguably worse. Okay, so he will still get me even if I circle around him in half time. These creatures appear to be very easy to stun. Hey, that's great for me! Okay, so we don't need to rage to kill them. That's good to know. That means now we can exclusively rage on this dude when our health is low also. So we definitely got it this time. I think probably we're meant to block that second attack, but...
Not ready.
Yeah, because we're never actually really able to get heavy attacks off on this guy. Yeah, we'll get him with the birds! Now I won't even need to rage, I don't think. Although it's probably still a good idea. Yeah, you know what? I'm not taking any fucking chances. This dude sucks. Why are they even here? Why aren't you in Alfheim? Ugh. Okay, it's done. It's done. It's finished. It's over. I'm gonna beat this up.
You enjoy freeing them.
Well, yeah. Still seems like the right thing to do.
And then, can I take this? I feel like I should be able to take that. We just can't take it while we're in rage. Okay.
Stone number 2. This place is even bigger than Vadergard.
Yes. The Dwarf King's reach appears vast.
Wonder what happened to him.
It is a great mystery, even amongst the sons of Ivaldi.
Really? They don't know?
Mortsognir's behavior before his disappearance grew increasingly erratic.
Why?
The Devegratheker, the very armor you find yourself searching for.
Interesting.
Though he found 2, I'd wager his failure to find the third ingredient drove him to madness.
Yeah. He got so tilted, he died. That sucks. Relatable. And this is the last Dragonstone. And then we just need the key. And then we're done.
Fine.
Okay, so if I'm gonna free him, I believe we go over here.
Yes, sir.
And we just destroy it. Yay! Oh, Scale of the Mighty. A boost to strength? And a boost of health. Wow. Well. Bye, dragon. I'm so glad we could help him. Didn't have to fight him. There's a fucking bird over here. The bird is no more. So we are, however, missing our last dwarf key. So, Heaven's Door, where is our last dwarf key? Because I do believe we've explored this place now as fully as we can. And we've only got 2 out of the 3. Which means it must be somewhere really obvious. Or I lost track somehow. I don't think it's this way. Because I'm very sure that we already moved through here. Yes, yeah, that was the lore tablet we got, and then we circled all the way around. Yeah, it's not through here. I am aware I said it wasn't through here and then continued to navigate through this location, but I'm just making sure I didn't do anything silly. No. Yeah, we already got the one that was here, and there isn't anything otherwise. So it has to be away from this location. And then there is still a crystal that we put in the river that we've not been able to retrieve. Can I destroy this? We could destroy it. I think we only get the chest, but...
We are done here.
Yeah, there's nothing else here but that chest. And then we'll put in the other stone that we have, but we are still missing one.
Still won't open? Looks like we need 3.
We sure do. Yeah. Oh! Oh! Too many dudes. Too many dudes. I don't suppose one of them will drop it, because that would be really convenient for me. We'll focus down ads and then big guy. He's having an awful time with the birds. I love that for us. Okay.
The enemies
picked
are
it.
strong here. Keep your guard up.
Hi, Michelle. Can we get some love in chat for Michelle, please? Thank you so much for subscribing for 59 months on a 25-month streak. How's your weekend? How's your October? Do you have any fun seasonal related plans approaching, coming up? Yeah, Heaven's Door, does anyone know where the last key is? Because I've wandered around this place everywhere I can think to go and haven't found it. I can also look it up if nobody knows where it is off the top of their head. Doing well. I'm so glad to hear it. I'll take the health. There's more poison. Yeah, I don't know, because we are still missing that crystal, which could be related. The guide I am looking at shows the final key is the one you most recently got. Okay. I got the one by the Alfheim enemy. And we got the one to the left on the dead guy. Which dead guy? I've killed everyone, so I don't know if that really narrows it down. Oh my god.
Come here. Why did the Dwarf King want this armor so badly? What's so special about it?
There are many legends behind the Dvegrathikar. A suspicious amount of legends, which makes confirming anything about this particular armor difficult. But the one constant among them is the ability of the armor to offer ultimate protection. A useful attribute for an unpopular king, you see.
Yet this plagued land is all that remains of him. This is why you do not trust legends, boy.
Well, what we're in.
No, I interrupted his dialogue.
Here we go.
I thought he would keep talking, unless maybe, well, what can you trust was the last thing he would say. Shoot, the game is usually so good about balancing interaction with conversation. I hope I didn't miss anything cool. Also, thank you, Mr. Lenny Shelby. I wouldn't have thought to look on the ground because everything else was on a pedestal.
Expect.
I don't know. Less ruined, I guess? Maybe the throne room's in better shape.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, resume your scripted dialogue sequence. Oh, here's a Lordrobe. Atreus, read this Lordrobe.
Here, boy. Another one.
Starkather. Wow, that's a lot of arms.
That's fair to say.
6, 7, 8? Could he shoot 4 bows at once?
It would be sick
More
if he
of
could.
a swordsman. He did only have the 2 eyes.
Looks like Thor cut him down to size.
Why is Thor killing all the cool
It's
people?
what he does.
More than myth. All right, so we're missing 2 of those. I don't think we'll be able to find all of the Lordrobes, but I'm content with the ones that we have discovered. Increased rate of permafrost immolation. Very good. Good for mobs at least. I don't know how it would stack up against like a boss encounter.
Do you hear that?
No. What do you hear, boy?
Crying. And screams. Large crowd of people.
Just old spirits, I suppose. Leftover victims of the Mad Dwarf's reign. Still, that's rather ominous.
Is something bad about to happen to
They're
me?
getting louder. They sound almost like Hellwalkers.
Oh! So this will be interesting because I have neither Resurrection Stone nor Rage. Well, he's burned and he's shocked, so he's having just an awful day.
That was a lot of Hellwalkers.
Was it? Because that was
Look at
over
this.
really fast, actually. That might be the coolest shit we've ever done in this game. That was sick. Rare Blades Pommel, very nice. And this will serve us well in the battles to come. Can I open this door? That's the door we just came from. Yeah, so there's no need to open this door. We can go back. Daddy's very good at killing, but we don't have a great sense of direction. We're not the god of map reading. Oh, it's a throne room. Can I push this?
There's a passage behind this throne.
A secret passage.
Well, wouldn't be a proper throne room without a secret passage.
It's not very secret if you can tell that it's there.
Motsognir.
That blood looks really fresh. He's super dead though. Okay. Well, ultimate sacrifice, screams of the innocent? What the fuck? Dwarf King, one of the sons of Ivaldi. He ruled over humans in Veidrgard and Conansgard. He was a good king at first. Then he started having dreams about his people dying. He thought forcing them to hunt deadly beasts was the way to save them. He captured 3 dragons to harvest their fury, killed innocent people to harvest their screams, and was then killed by those very same people when they returned as Hellwalkers. That created ultimate sacrifice. We can use these 3 ingredients to create some kind of legendary armor.
Look here.
Is it a scroll or a treasure
Huh.
map?
Interesting. I may want to write
Scroll?
that down.
A king's last words. Tragic that my failure becomes apparent as the life flows out of me. The gods came to me as I slept and demanded retribution for my father's actions in Niflheim. My people, they who entrusted me to keep them safe. Every damned night, visions of them mangled by all manner of beast. Only I could protect them. And only through building the Dvegradiker. I captured every deadly beast I could find and set to building myth. The dreams were very clear about the first 2 ingredients, dragon's fury and screams of the innocent. Though many were sacrificed capturing the dragons, and the innocent's screams were far worse than I ever imagined, all of it was for the greater good. Of the 3rd ingredient, my dreams were vague. Ultimate sacrifice is all they would say. I hoped that forfeiting my morality during this damned search would be enough. Now I see it was my own sacrifice that was required. Like my father before me, I've been such a fool. Dang, okay. Well, I suppose there's... Oh, there is still something else back here. This will probably loop us back around towards Sindri's shop.
The things you pulled from him. Those must be the 3 mythical ingredients Brock was talking
Yeah,
about.
it seems pretty sinister.
I can say with utmost certainty that I've never laid eye on a stranger set of objects in my life.
Seems that way.
How are Brock and Sindri supposed to build with... whatever they are?
Don't count the dwarves out, lad. They're right pricks, but they're resourceful. They once made an unbreakable chain out of little more than a cat's footstep and bird spit.
That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, thank you.
That's the legend. If you wanted sense, you shouldn't be talking to a severed head.
Prometheus Flame? A deadly slam that creates a small tear under up to 4 enemies before summoning a large pillar of flame beneath. That's sick! Wait a minute. Wait, Prometheus is Greek. Did we know Prometheus? Did we encounter Prometheus? Feels a bit like a loaded question. Okay, so we've got that here. So this is another ringing puzzle. I'm really bad at those. Oh. Okay, so 2 of them require wind, but I don't see a third. So we've got C. I don't know. Maybe we just start throwing wind around because I don't see a third one, but these are almost always in sets of 3. So C, R, and N. So I've got to like switch between multiple weapons. Okay, but where's Heaven's Door? Where's the third one? Unless it's like down below us somewhere, but I didn't see anything. Try again. Because it feels like we would have to get wind in the other one too. I don't think I want to do this. Yeah, this doesn't seem fun. You can stop it. Oh, that's what I was trying to do. Oh, that's much more straightforward. Okay. Thank you. I was like, whatever. But okay. And are there 2 on this one? C and R. Okay. Bit more straightforward now. Okay. It was just weird timing. Symbol of triumph. I kind of expected.
I wonder what this place looked like in
cooler.
better times.
Conan's Guard was a beautiful land in its heyday, before the Dwarf King's obsession poisoned his mind.
How could he let that happen?
The dwarf blindly trusted in the legend and pursued it without thought to the consequences. This is the result.
Trust is a gamble. Like you said. And the Dwarf King lost.
Do we think these are enemies? I think it's loot. Fuck. Ah, fuck. There's another one, isn't there? There's okay, okay, there's a lot actually. And they're all level 7. And I've got no resurrection stone, no rage. Oh, hang on. Who just did that? Phil, thank you so much for the raid. Oh my gosh, how are you doing? What were you playing? Give me a hot second. I'm getting my ass beat by these ice lads. Hang on. Do we think I can go for an environmental kill by knocking them off the edge? I do not appear to be able to go for an environmental kill, but I think I may be able to brute force punch them to death, which would be also very cool. Phil, thank you so much for the raid. I just want to say I expected that fight to take me multiple attempts, and we got it down on the very first try. And I'm putting some responsibility for that on you. Thank you. Hi everyone. If you do not know me, I'm Crow. I am a variety streamer on Twitch. I do a lot of Soulsborne stuff, a lot of first-time playthroughs. Final Fantasy 14 on Friday, if you're into that sort of thing. I'm into that sort of thing just a little too much. Quite frankly, it's a little unhealthy. You know, we all have our vices, our hyperfixations. Male Vieira just happens to be one of mine. It's kind of like a messy, tricky situation. Hey, what's going on? Tapping on the show saying like behind the got yeah, that wasn't pictured, but that's what was happening. Precisely. How's your weekend been? How are you liking Elden Ring? I caught a little bit of your fight against Morgott. What are you, or Margit rather. Margit, what are you thinking? Essence of Realms, cool. We should probably use this for some stuff. Magic Dust, yeah, we got Magic Dust. We got Void Essence. Now we can leave. There's still 6 of them that we've not finished. I don't think we're gonna get to the other 6, but that's okay. The goal is to finish the story for God of War today. I got sidetracked doing our final side quest, but it will give us armor that better prepares us for whatever is to come in the end game. So I think it was a worthwhile investment. How do I get out of here now? We must go this way. Enjoying it a lot. Tried to do Margit too early, and you started as a wretch. Honestly, though, like, I can respect that. 4 bosses deep after some exploration. Looking forward to playing again on Tuesday. I hope I can catch it. Yeah. Do you remember the other 4 bosses you've done by any chance? Hi, Beard Princess.
Incredible. Oh, this is so exciting. Meet me back at the temple and we'll get started right away.
The dad is boying. It's true. We just finished our last side quest before we go into story stuff. So I'm very excited.
I heard you and Brock are kind of famous.
Well, you're half right. Whatever did you hear?
That you made Thor's hammer.
Oh. Yes.
Why is my son
We did
standing
do
all the
that.
way over there?
Mjolnir put us on the
Son,
map.
come closer.
It was a legendary run. Gods and kings knew our brand. We really did make quite a team.
So what happened?
Oh, well, that's a long story. Things happened that made it difficult to find that certain spark, you know?
No, I don't know.
Inspiration is a fickle mistress.
I see.
Huh?
Oh, enough distractions. You see the mess I have to clean up around here?
And Sindri does hate messes. Is that seriously it? That's seriously it. Okay, we're gonna go back to the temple and then get our final round of upgrades. And I believe there's a door over here somewhere. I may have walked past the door earlier, actually. Bloodhound Guy, Demi-Humans, Margit. Big spider thing in a cat. Yo! I think those enemies are so tough. Congratulations on taking one down. I think those things are mean. That's a moveset I have never really fully been able to navigate. So congratulations on taking down one of those. That's sick. Also, why are we Kratos? What weapon are you running right now? There should be a door down here, right? Yeah! Okay. Temple time. We are gonna go. We're gonna take the Mystic Gateway to Brock's shop. Couchpunk, I'm really liking it. The story has been in.
So why do they call Odin the Lord of the Hang?
That refers to a modest example of Odin's thirst for knowledge.
Hold that
the time
thought.
he spent 9 days a dead man. Aye, hung himself by the neck from Yggdrasil's branches, put his spear through his own side, and bled down into the Well of Destiny. He roamed the realms of the dead and plundered the World Tree of its secrets, until I think quite rightly it got fed up with him and sent him back to the land of the living. Did I not mention he was barking mad?
That's so funny. Have you ever been so annoying in death the Tree of Life was like, man, get the fuck out of here and sent you back? That's so funny. No, the story has been really impressive. It's handled a lot of complicated subjects with a nuance that I didn't necessarily think the series could have addressed adequately, given my shallow and admittedly limited knowledge of the tone of the original trilogy. This game has been, it has a very robust narrative. It's been a really, really worthwhile experience. So if you are at all interested in it, the combat is satisfying. Mechanically, it is very polished. But the story is also one that's full of emotion and reflection as well. And again, I wouldn't have expected that from like the edgy, violent sex man from like the early 2000s, right? The way that it's tackled its themes of like grief and revenge and what you do, how those factors affect you, and what you do as you try to process them on your own and not pass them down in a cyclical way to the people around you who depend on you. What you teach, what you carry with you, that sort of generational continuance, it's actually been pretty powerful. So if you're at all interested in it, I do recommend it. The game is worth the hype. Yeah, the game is worth the hype. Hey Claude, how you doing? Hang on, let me click a button really quickly. Bonk, good, okay. A G-Violence text sounds like L. Well, you know, because that was, you know, my understanding of the original trilogy was that thematic, I was just not the target demographic for that game, right? And that's fine. That's okay. Not every game is for every person, and that's not necessarily an indictment of the media itself. It took a little bit of convincing from the community that like this game was worth shelving those hesitations for, and they were right. So
You boys look right beaming.
oh yes, we're very happy.
Squirt does. Can't see squat behind that frizzle fuzz you call a beard.
It's really well maintained, actually. Like, we're quite well groomed, thank you, Brock.
We found the materials. But they're so weird. How do you build a piece of armor out of something so...
None yet.
No.
Nanya?
None your fucking business. Trade secret. We got our ways.
Oh.
Also, the dwarves are very, very charming NPCs. So if you need another reason to play the game, I really like them. They're very funny. We've got the Fire of Ares. Slam attack that sends out a fire. I like slam attacks. Oh, not a problem, Couchfunk. The way that chat moves, and I'm a rambler. I'm a yapper. I like to talk. So up until the blood. Yes. So that weapon is like widely beloved in the community. It's pretty powerful, and it's quite versatile as well, I think. It's a fun weapon to have. It's a popular choice, it is. So the streamer in me is considering swapping off. One of the best things about Elden Ring is that there are so many different ways to play the game. So I wouldn't disregard a weapon just because it's popular unless you felt like you wanted to try something new, or unless you found your playstyle moving in a different direction. I quite enjoy greatswords. So I used greatswords. I power stanced greatswords most of my Elden Ring playthrough, and I eventually swapped it out. But it is quite strong for the level that you get it. But it is fun also. And it's tough, right? Being a melee user at those lower levels, it's like, what actually feels good to use? It's like, here's like the Godric sword that you get from killing one of the night guys. And it's like, this is lame. This is not cool. This is not flashy. So it's like kind of a beggar's junior situation. Yeah, yes, because it's like a lot of the stuff you get, especially early game, it's like none of it's cool. None of it's cool, none of it's memorable. You're just like the stab man, stabbing men. And it's like, can we make it flashier? And that weapon stands out because it's very flashy and you get it pretty easily early on. Ooh, that's the halberd that you get from the golden guy, the tree man at the very beginning, yeah? That's also a fun one. I have a hard time synergizing with halberd movesets, personally. Halberds and spears. Thrusting weapons, in general, I tend... Thrusting weapons and axes just tend not to feel really satisfying to me to use. But there's a lot of really cool things you can do mechanically throughout Elden Ring with the variety of weapons they give you. So it is worth trying everything at least once.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we can craft... Wait, they're different? They're different! I can only make one! Okay. That's tough. So Sindri's breastplate favors runic and cooldown, which would be beneficial for the chains. Brock's favor luck and strength, which would be good for the axe. And it increases the rate at which rage is gained, which is nice because I use rage a lot. This grants protective barrier, preventing damage from enemy attacks when using a runic attack. The Dwarven breastplate would probably be the most synergistic for my particular fighting style. Exactly. Bye, Artemis. Have fun at your anniversary party. Also, hang on. Is my webcam lagging again? It is. Why? Why are we using so much memory? One day I'll find an answer to this, but probably not today. Yeah, now we would be losing a lot of runic, so we'd be much less balanced. Oh, it says Huldra shop now instead of Sindri or Brock, because they're working again as a team. It can't be any browser teams. Any browser tabs, rather. I closed Firefox. So this is just OBS and God of War and the camera program having a hard time. Let me see if we have any lost items to recover. No. I would like to buy a resurrection stone. Perfect. And then Heaven's Door. What do we think? Brock or Sindri? I'm leaning towards Brock. But it is a tough call. And we can upgrade it. It's level 6, and we can upgrade it to level 8. Phil says, knowing nothing, Brock. John says Brock. Who else wants to weigh in? It's not that I don't like using the runic attacks so much as they just... they don't factor really heavily into my play style. Strength makes sense. Brock is your style. And then Heaven's Door. Can I get a confirmation? I can only get one of them. I can't get both. I have to pick one. I really like Rage. I do. 3 enchantment sockets, very good. You have to buy them. Well, I've got plenty of money, so that's perfect. Okay, yeah, let's get both then, but we'll start with Brock. And then I might need to take a break because my webcam is doing some silly things, so hang on. We'll start with Brock.
Looks good.
Legendary chest armor, and you know we want to equip it. Oh, we look like him! Get what you're gonna use in weight. Okay. Wow, that is really good armor as well, especially since we didn't go to Niflheim or Muspelheim. Upgrades and stuff start getting expensive. That's fair. Also, knowing that we're approaching like the end of the game, there's something really satisfying to me narratively about using armor that makes the axe stronger, since that was made for our wife and then passed on to us, instead of using runic, which scales from the chains of chaos. There's something more meaningful and significant to me about that from a storytelling perspective. Yeah, we're gonna go all in on Brock.
Be too careful now. Now go scuff that up.
I will not scuff it. We look amazing! We look amazing! The roleplay choice, always. We'll always pick the roleplay choice.
Son?
Okay, I quite like what Atreus already has. Chuck will take increased damage, increases stun damage, chuck enemies for longer.
Anything else for you?
Let's up, yeah, I think we should upgrade what we got. Yeah, yes. I'm level 4, my level went down! Well, that I don't like.
That ought to keep them from hacking bits off you.
I don't suppose I can upgrade it again, can I? I cannot, because I've not been to Muspelheim or Niflheim. Shameful display. Okay, hang on. And these are just straight can't up. Wait, I bought and upgraded new stuff and I lost the level? Everything I had in my sockets. Okay, thank you. I was like, what do you mean? Wow, yeah, I can't upgrade any of this unless I buy Asgardian Steel. Do we think I can buy Asgardian Steel? Dang. It's tough out here. That is, in fact, rough.
You take care now.
We match. Okay, yeah, let me put my... We have 3 sockets. This is great, actually. Yeah, okay, so... I want Perfect Sigil. Gift of defense when damage is taken. Might as well. Health burst on any runic attack. Increase. Yes. I thought I was putting all 3 on. Okay. And then instead of Anvari's Soul, we'll do Mark of the Element. And then this we'll do... Oh, it looks like I can just move them. I don't need to unsocket them, which is really convenient. I do like Eye of the Outer Realm. Definitely Scale of the Mighty. And Tear Shard is just a flat increase to my stats, so that's fantastic. And then we'll do... Looks like the rest of these are all symbols. So I will take a break and finish slotting these when we come back. And that will at least push us to 6. If we can do any other upgrades, we might be able to get to 7, which would be nice, but I don't think that we can. So we'll see. In the meantime, I'm going to heat up some tea, and I'll be back. So please enjoy the music. And we'll return when the song is over. Sorry, I was eating a bagel. Thanks for waiting, everybody. Okay, so back to our sockets. These are the final 3 we can use, so we will want to be pretty picky about how we choose this. I don't think we need to increase our max sprinting speed, but it's kind of nice to have. We might end up swapping that out. Perfect brand of the realm. That would be sexy because it increases all burn damage, but if we're not using the chains, I don't think we'll have a lot of opportunity to benefit from that. So, defense and vitality, strength and luck. Strength at 9, that's pretty good. These are all defensive, really. Will of Triumph. Yeah, increasing all burn damage again. We're not going to be doing any burning. Taking damage during a runic attack reduces damage taken by 30%. I don't think that happens to us, really. 25% resistance to all status effects. Frostburn, Blind Daze, and Poison. Kind of like that. Increases damage of all axe throws by 6%. Increases the rate of permafrost or immolation by 7. Unyielding Strength is kind of sexy. Valkyrie's Bane, Mastery. And all of these are going to be levels that I don't think will really assist us too much. Yeah. You know what? Give me the critical health. Yeah. We'll take the Sharp Relic of Perseverance instead. A strength that just... Yo, congrats on voting, Gorbsby! I haven't gotten my ballot yet. I should track it. I should see where it is. I got a notification that they mailed it, but I don't have it yet. So, and then, is there... I want to see if there's like a shield that matches what we've got. Oh, I really like this green one, actually. A mysterious shield coveted by those walking the path of the traveler. I wonder what that is. It's pretty, though. I like it. Yeah, we'll do green. And then we're not going to be using these, really. We no longer have the stats for this, so I don't think that's going to matter too much. I thought runic attacks were the things that happened when I pressed the button simultaneously, not... Because heavy is just my heavy attack, right? Ah. Well. Hadn't thought that through, perhaps. A small hazard that inflicts... Frost would be good, especially since we're using the axe. And since we're using the axe, we're going to want something that's area of effect. So, I do think we should upgrade one of these. Hang on, give me a second. We're preparing! This is all part of the process. Nearby targets. Line of ice shards. Frost Giant's Frenzy. Mists of Helheim. If all these anvil is already level 2. That's the attack I keep doing on accident. Let's do Helheim. And we'll equip that. And then, so that's for heavy. I do like Strike of the Utgard. I think that's really satisfying. Especially since if we're using the axe, we don't have a lot of AoEs, so. Nice. And then we've got to see if we can upgrade our pommel. And then I think we're good to go. So what am I using right now? Successful Axel grants Rage Burst. Low activation chance to strike with an explosion. I think Health Burst, quite honestly, and I think we should upgrade it. So let's upgrade the Farmadier's Grip. Yeah, let's upgrade the Farmadier Grip.
All right, what'd you break?
I had nothing. Thank you. Otherwise, we've got Surtur's Grip of Flame. Yeah, we should just upgrade what we've got. I think that'll be the best. Here's my pommel.
Go get him, mister.
And let's take it one more level if we can.
Go chop some fuckers with that.
Yeah, we're gonna chop some fuckers with that. Yeah, it's RB and then light or heavy, but I always forget. So
Now what else do I want?
I think that's all of the upgrades we can do. We did pommel. We did all of our attacks. I can't do anything with the chains. The crows is already fully upgraded. I quite like the crows, so I don't think I need to switch off of them for any reason. I think we're good. Yeah, I think, oh, I could do a different amulet. So we're using the one that gives us Realm Shift. Wow, the Golden Talisman of Protection's kind of sick, actually. Press LB and B to activate a defensive zone that prevents my attacks from being interrupted and reduces the amount of damage I take. And it has an enchantment socket. Ancient Relic of Hell. Fragments of its former strength. Ah, so Heaven's Door. This doesn't actually tell me what the Shattered Gauntlet of Ages does. Do I need to upgrade it to know what its effect is, or do I need to find the other fragments? How does that work? I like that the amulet's a passive effect. But the boost on Ayer's protection is pretty sick.
What'll it be?
I don't suppose I can craft or upgrade anything else. A talisman. I can upgrade it once. I can upgrade Ayer's protection or Shattered Gauntlet. What's the cooldown? Probably ages. Just a small shockwave. Let's try Ayer's protection. Yeah. And then we do actually have the dragon tier. Oh, it's a shame I can't upgrade this again. As I say, because we can only get pure, we can't buy pure essence.
Right.
So... Okay, and these have 2 sockets, which is pretty sick. All right, fine. We'll put Andvari's soul in, and we'll do anything else that can give us strength. We've got Symbol of Triumph, Symbol of Fortitude. We're so close to level 7, you guys. Oh my gosh, I really want to see if we can get to level 7. That's gonna kill me. We're so close. Yeah, but I'd have to do Realm Tears to get there. So this is for Healthstones, Healthstone Potency. Oh yeah, we should get him a different thing then. Hang on. For my son,
What you need?
I want Legendary Fighter.
They tried to kill you, make sure they hit that.
And we're gonna put it on him right now. Well, I do have a golden socket, but it wouldn't benefit us at all. That's the problem, because it's for burn.
What next?
No. Yeah, and I can't upgrade Brock's at all. That's a shame. Oh, we were so close. Well,
Now
that's
what
okay.
was the other thing?
we are still in a better position than we were previously. So we might just have to take what we can get here. Yeah, if I switch out, even perfect brand can't get me to 7, so we're gonna end up being just shy, which is still probably fine. Yeah, I only have one other golden socket. Everything else is used, and it's burned. When it wouldn't help me mechanically, and we put it in. It didn't get us there, but that's okay. That's okay. Okay. Let me just confirm. We've got Valkyries, we've got Muspelheim and Niflheim. We did dragon stuff. I don't need a rare enchantment. That gives me an unyielding cinder, but I don't know if we can make any upgrades with that. Unstable ore. So these are legendary enchantments right here. Okay, I want the legendary enchantment. So we are gonna go to the Thor statue. And we'll just pick up this treasure, and then we'll come. It'll take 5 minutes. It'll take 5 minutes. Because the statue is... Where is that statue? Should we go back and talk to the witch? Can we do that? Would she want to see us? I'm pretty sure this is where the statue is. Or it's somewhere around. I'm just going to take us over here. And we get some nice little teleportation dialogue.
Odin wants to prevent Ragnarok, but the serpent's already been there and seen it. So hasn't he already failed?
Fate's a tricky thing, lad. And Odin's just arrogant enough to think he can get the best of it.
Fate is another lie told by the gods. Nothing is written that cannot be unwritten.
On that, brother, you and the All-Father may just agree. Even if he can't prevent Ragnarok, he still hopes to learn enough details to influence the outcome. Remind me later to tell you about the wolves.
So Kratos absolutely said fate is another lie told by the gods in the same fucking inflection that Jasper says fusion is just a weak tactic. Fusion is just, what is it? A cheating tactic to make weak gems strong. I don't know the full quote. A cheap tactic to make weak gems strong. It's absolutely same delivery. And then we'll get on our boat and we'll go to the Thor statue. How'd I get up here? How do I get down? Here it is. Because it's a legendary enchantment. Which means with 2 legendary enchantments, we might be able to hit 7. And I think that would be really sick. I think that would be really cool, actually. Okay, now I have to find where Thor was. I swore his statue was over here somewhere.
You're familiar with the tale of Skoll and Hoti, bringers of day and night?
Oh yeah, the wolf giants.
Aye. They were born of the archwolf Hrothwitnir, a great nemesis of the Aesir gods. Odin captured them as pups and kept them in the kennels of Asgard to
We're
hold
looking.
his foe at bay. But When the sun and moon grew mutinous and stood still, Odin put Skoll and Hati to use. With his ancient magics, he cast the wolves to the heavens, and they began their chase. And long shall they chase, but not endlessly. For it is foretold that someday Skoll and Hati will catch and devour their prey. And that day shall be Ragnarok, the twilight of the gods.
Scary.
But Ragnarok is supposed to be Odin's doom, isn't it? Why would he set the wolves loose if it fulfills the prophecy?
Precisely the question, lad. It's always about control. The wolves determine when Ragnarok begins, and now he controls the wolves. A battle fought on his timetable is a battle he better stands to win.
Interesting. Okay. Heaven's Door, where is the Thor statue? Because I know we destroyed it, but I should still be able to see its feet. And I made a full circle, but didn't see it. So, could I get a little bit of guidance towards that landmark, please? Because I don't think it's back here. Yeah, I just want to pick up the treasure really quick.
I wonder what happened to this ship's crew.
Nothing good, lad. Nothing good.
There's something down there.
Top right. Okay. So you think it's like more over here, John? It'll be, yeah, again, it'll be more difficult because we did destroy it up and to the right. So we'll just go this way then. Thank you for yet another brief interlude on our way to finish the game. We look great though. I'm glad we took rocks upgrades. And I think this will be very useful for us to have in the fights to come, especially since we started encountering level 7 enemies. It did not stand for us to be level 5. Hang on, there's a treasure here as well. So hang on. We're only backtracking for the treasure I know we can get because I need another legendary enchantment to hit level 7. And there should be treasure up here. Yep. Oh, I hate those little burrowing folks. Well, that was kind of sick. Oh, that's my perk. So that wasn't my attack. Maybe I did both. Oh yeah, okay, so now we're fighting level 8 enemies, so I'm extra glad we upgraded. Stop spitting poison! Stop spitting poison at me! Creature! Enough! Creature be creachin'.
Everything's okay back there.
Jesus! Oh my god, why is he killing me? Is he poison? Is he acid? What's happening? Okay, well thankfully now he is dead. He's not dead. Now he's dead. Oh my goodness!
Tough stuff.
Flawless element of the realm. That better have been worth it. Okay. Let me take a peek at that map. I didn't expect to swim by this island or we would not have stopped here. This will be Island of Light, I'm pretty sure. my life at this outpost, and I will likely die here. Actually, that might have been in reference to the tower instead. Unless we can find something if we go up a little bit higher. I think maybe I was wrong. I thought there was treasure here. Oh, no. I think I fear I've led you astray. There was a hell puzzle. But that's not what I came here for. Yeah, I'm so sorry, everyone. I think maybe there wasn't actually anything here. There's a loot puzzle, but not a treasure map. Dang, that's tough. Positively livid? You'd have every right to be. I thought for sure it would be here. Since, this had... the what's it called? I don't suppose there's any way for me to freeze this, is there? No. Yeah, I don't really want to do this puzzle, so I think we'll just press on. I'm sure the reward would be great, but I'm not trying to pad out our completion time. Okay, everyone. We're looking for an island with feet. This might be the Thor Island. Maybe. I don't see any feet. But this might be it.
Okay. What about the giant with 8 arms?
Starkath the Mighty, he was called. You know what? I'll tell this one later.
He'll tell this one later. I'm at top right, John. Unless I need to be even... like, further left? But this is the top right. Creature? Well, they can't get to me, so I'm good at. Yeah, they are quite literally in a cage, so I'm good. Well, it completely depends on what your metric of top right is. Like, if you were gonna split the map down the middle, then top right would be here. So it's like, how far to the right are we meant to be going? Don't act like that doesn't make any sense. And this is just like a bunch of contraptions.
So, if you remember, it started a doozy of a story earlier. It was about the giant with 8 arms, Starkath the Mighty. If the giants ever had anything so organized as an army, Starkath would have been their general. An opinion, in retrospect, I should have kept to myself.
Like, it is not possible for me to go any more right without ending up in Veidegard. You know what? I don't need to do this treasure map. We're just gonna, yeah, I'm good, actually.
Having bent his will towards Starkath's doom, there was no dissuading him. But even Thor wasn't stupid enough to take on Starkath on his own. No. Instead, the Aesir set forth slanders upon Starkath's name, branding him throughout the realms as a monster to be feared. They said
you need to be nicer to me.
Who killed herself rather than be ravished by the giant. Lies, of course, but you're too young for her story. In the end,
I love when Mimir
Vanir
age checks
gods
Atreus.
and the armies of Midgard were roused to the cause. They surrounded Starkath, showered him with arrows until he was brought to his knees. He surrendered, hoping by trial he could clear his name. Thor took advantage and ripped off one of Starkath's
I
arms.
hope this will be
It only
included
made it
in a lore
easier
note
to sever
afterward.
another and another until he was satisfied. Relieved of 6 arms and too much blood, Starkath perished upon the battlefield.
A giant with 8 arms swinging 4 swords until Thor chopped him up. Odin plotted to destroy Starkather after hearing Mimir praise him as a potential leader. They spread rumors and gathered a mob, and when he surrendered to clear his name, Thor more.
I regret it to
Damn!
this day, you know. I told myself there was nothing I could do,
That sounds like cope,
but I wish
Mimir.
I'd tried.
All right, we will dock at the temple. And then head into story stuff. I think we're gonna pull up right here. My god, it's 3 o'clock already? We can probably chunk through this in 2 hours. Hope it doesn't take any longer than that. All right. We are going this way. And I think we're just gonna go through this big door up here. But we're not headed back towards the mountain, or I'm getting further away from my goal. Oh, we have to talk to the snake! Yes! Yes! I love the snake!
Lady!
I'm so glad we didn't have to fight the snake. I don't want anything bad to happen to the snake.
Thor statu ini smooth to far.
Is the statue lost to us?
He thinks it might still be in his stomach.
No.
And he's open to letting you roll into his mouth to look inside.
Ew. Really?
By the by, he's not wild about it either.
But I'm not gonna have to hurt the snake, am I? Like, it's gonna be a Monstro situation. Like, Kingdom Hearts, I'm just gonna take a look and then come out. It'll be fine, right?
So, are we really doing this? Letting the serpent swallow us?
You do not have to come.
Well, I'm not gonna miss
Like you would
this.
leave him behind, Kratos.
Hey, wait for me!
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. Come on, keep up. Where is he? Ah! Oh my god, jump scared by our own son. All right, I need to clip that later. That was really good. Okay. Okay, that was genius. Can I mark that? Oh, I took the marker off my... That's a shame. Okay. Fuck. Oh my god, he really got me.
You sure this is a good idea?
No.
No.
Well, brothers, I've been to many strange places, but this will be a new one.
Yeah. I've never been in a giant's belly either. How about you, father?
Never one that was not trying to eat me.
We really should expect that sort of response at this
Kratos,
point.
why were giants trying to eat you? really hope whatever we're gonna do doesn't end up hurting the snake. He'll let us back out, right?
Here we go.
Area discovered. Belly of the beast, quite literally. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I probably won't play the
Smells
original.
not as bad as I thought it'd be. Bit like heather ale fermenting. Rather pleasant, actually.
You're so weird. I see something.
It seems like we should beach elsewhere, actually. Yeah, I think we can get closer. The stream died? Oh. Oh. Do you see me? Okay. That was either Twitch or OBS. I don't know which. If Twitch is counting this as a fresh stream, yep, which they are, we are going to be hit by an ad wall I cannot stop. So, everyone refresh. And I'll take it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's not copium. It wasn't my internet. I can that much I can check. I'm inclined to believe it was OBS. If YouTube was also affected, but here's how I'm gonna handle that. No, you're the one. I will take this break, and we'll monitor performance. And when we come back, hopefully everything's good and strong. If while we are taking this break things stutter, that will warrant some additional scrutiny. What's an ad to a sum? I love you, Cal. But yeah, I'm not gonna punish any non-subs by having to sit through ads because OBS just like crapped its pants. So we will pause here. I'm gonna do some troubleshooting on my end just to see if it was anything in OBS I have control over. And we'll be back in like 3 minutes. OBS has been good for me, but every now and then, it's infrequent, but maybe like once every couple of months, it will just choke itself up and we will go down, which may have been what happened here. Regardless, I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna put on the music. Give me a couple of minutes, and then we'll be back to snake stuff. I'm sorry, everybody. Thank you for your understanding, though. Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. So I ran a log on our OBS file, and we are having some encoding issues because of GPU overcapacity, which isn't great. And there may be some settings I can tweak to adjust that in OBS or within the game or potentially in my camera software. Having a crash so near the end of stream is disheartening. I won't lie. So I think maybe we should just call it here. Because it's hard to say. Pulling back the curtain a little bit, God of War experts in chat, how many more hours of gameplay do you think the story would take? Well, maybe not necessarily more. About an hour to an hour and a half. That makes it even harder because that's not a full stream block then. But that's an hour and a half game, not an hour and a half stream time, which means we're probably looking at 2.5 hours. This is disappointing, but I think we should call it here. Which is not what I want. But to crash just as things actually start, that's tough. And if we crash again, oh yeah, see, we're having GPU issues again already. 95%. And it's all in OBS. Which doesn't make sense to me. Okay. I don't want to call it here, but I think we have to for technical difficulties, especially now that I want to start doing video editing for some of our content, because I think that would be really enjoyable. I don't want our files to get weird, to get crusty or crunchy or funky. I'm quite dismayed to say that this is where we should pause, but I think for quality's sake we have to. Yeah. We will finish God of War on Saturday. And if I can have the October game selected, we will start it on Sunday. Or maybe November will be our October. Or maybe half of October will be our October, and a little bit of November will be our October. Because I do want to start a seasonally appropriate game. I really was prepared to finish today. I'm sorry, everyone. Yeah, it's been fun hanging out. Okay, as long as it's been fun for y'all, it's fun for me too. But anytime there's, especially since it was a full disconnection, it's like that kind of momentum would be hard to rebuild. And I don't want to be in a headspace worrying about like viewership or metrics when I want to be focused on finishing the game. Yeah, that's just not a game I want to play with myself, unfortunately. So thank you everyone for hanging out. I am so sorry that we had this issue. I will look into it to the best of my ability off stream and see if there's anything I can do to mitigate it. Otherwise, the plan will be, wow, we are going to be busy. Next week, we finish Shadowbringers and God of War. We're going to be very busy. Okay. Yeah, this is where we should leave it. We should just come back with a fresh start. Bummer, thumbs down. Oh well, thank you all for being so accommodating. I am quite sorry that we've had this happen. Even though I know it's out of my control, I do still feel bad. We will be back on Friday with Final Fantasy XIV Fridays, finishing Shadowbringers. I believe we are about to enter our level 79 dungeon. And we will be back on Saturday to finish God of War. Fresh start, fresh slate, and I'll do some behind the scenes tinkering to see if I can try to nail down this problem with any more meaningful detail. I hope you'll have a wonderful week, and I will see you on Discord and also for streams on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Bye, everybody.